everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I am Jeremy.
I am Kara.
And I... looking for a button on Brownie. Whoop, wrong thing. Ah, dang it. I installed that whole time.
Boom.
And still did not get the right button.
Did you at least hit record?
Crap. That's the one I was looking for.
Do you
I was looking
record?
for the one with the social icons, not the freaking... I rolled the intro twice by mistake.
Funny. Were you able to like yeet that thing out of there?
Yeah, it showed up for a couple of friends. It's going to look terrible and super unprofessional, but that's exactly what we do
We'll
here.
start with a small story. We are also in front of a live studio audience. I love cracking my joke.
Boom.
Cam
That's been like day
is down
one.
here tonight
Yay!
watching live. Woo! Yay! Chris is probably like, screw you all. I actually have a clap track. But
Yeah. I think I'm going to use crickets. Maybe that's what this is.
you are so funny.
I think Cam deserves more. crickets.
Comment in chat what this noise is, because I don't know what it is.
I think you should definitely label them.
I just remember what they are.
Just
that.
make a sign and put it on the back of the monitor, like the TV.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you
can
go.
see
Color
it.
code. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just have
Ooh,
like red
look
B.
at Jeremy. There's a reason he's missing hair.
Yeah, his brain's pushing too hard on it.
Yep.
Yep. Killed all the hair follicles.
I was gonna say, so like, give Cam this big whole thing, whatever. Ryan's here all the time, and you just never mention it.
No,
Does Ryan count?
no. Okay, so first off, Ryan just needed a little bit of support. And I tried to support Ryan. And he's such a broken man from you, Chris. For constantly.
Not me.
No, constantly.
Society.
Shooting his ideas down, crushing his
Ryan,
whole
don't listen to this.
screen.
He's insane.
Soul.
So I said, Ryan, I'm giving you support. And he's like, no, I don't like the way that this feels. So then I was like, Ryan needs a hug. So then I walk up and I give Ryan a hug. And he's like, did you put something on my back? Like there's just zero trust here. Anyways, the reason why Ryan doesn't count is because Ryan is an ROT member.
A what?
A member. Like he is a...
No, what did you say? You
ROT?
struggled with ROTP there. You struggled. You rode the struggle bus through
I was
that
using
ROTP.
cadence. It was ROTP. Rhythm, which would help you be better at Sekiro. Oh, drop.
Who's the musician and who's not?
Yeah. Who can kill
I
Ishin?
am good.
Hesitation is defeat,
I
Kara.
haven't even gone against Ishin yet.
Well,
So you get your ish out of here.
Wait, all right. Tune in and watch Kara get just absolutely
I
dominated
killed
by
Lady
Genshiro.
Butterfly. I killed Lady Butterfly. I streamed it.
How many attempts?
I don't care. If you, I can't upload it. Dang it.
Why can't you upload it?
Oh, on Twitch, in order to upload a video that you haven't live streamed or whatever, you need
You need to be the first level affiliate or whatever.
You need an affiliate or a partner.
Put it on an RPG.
No, that we could do.
On what?
RPG. Where Chris is doing the Pokemon Let's Play.
Oh. Yeah.
So, anyway, speaking of
But I
yeeting,
killed Lady Butterfly and it feels so good.
Speaking of yeeting, so
I yeeted Jeremy's glasses on the floor this
that was
morning.
what I was going to say. Why'd you have to ruin it?
I'm sorry, you can tell it because
I wasn't paying
embellished.
attention, so that helps.
So, Chip was doing his thing, standing up in the crib, getting crabby. He's like, wake up and feed me now, please. Kara gets up, and I had a really bad headache, and I had woken up, and I put my glasses on, so I took them back off, and I just put them on the blanket next to me. People
Puts
don't...
their glasses on the
I
blanket.
had the whole entire bed. I should have been able to safely sprawl these out for the time
Is it your
being.
bed?
Anyways. So
Who paid for the bed? That's my question.
I mean, we have a joint account, so.
Yeah, it's Jeremy's account and you joint on.
Anyways, so Kara comes over to bring Chip to let me hold him and stuff. And she gets in and she just daintily, femininely just lift up the blanket and just snuggle in or just put Chip softly down. Nope. She grabs that blanket like she's supposed to start a lawnmower and just goes woof. And my glasses tumbled, and all we did was hear him hit the floor somewhere. Like they just launched into the moon. And then Kara looked at me and she's like, were those your glasses? I said, yeah. What does she do? Does she go find him for the blind man? No, she laughs and stays in bed.
I like watching Jeremy struggle.
Seriously, I am so blind without him. I do the pat
He almost stepped on them this morning.
Yeah, and it's funny. Then she goes and drops the truth bomb on me that this is the pair she actually likes. And she doesn't like the other pair.
It's not that I don't like them. These ones just look better on you.
No, the other ones are cooler.
No, the other ones are
these the old ones or the new ones?
Okay. Zenny or I Buy Direct is the last place I bought my glasses. It was like $30 for a frame and a whole set, frame, lenses, everything. Mm-hmm. I got the other ones and this batch.
The other ones look kind of like the old man glasses from Up.
When you yelled at me, Chris, for switching glasses to break continuity, these were the pair I switched to.
Okay.
Then I wore those for like 4 or 5 months. Then I switched to the other pair I got, and I had those on for like a year.
Okay.
And then I went back to these ones. These don't have the blue light blocking. And so I wear those other ones 24/7, and the whole world is tinted.
Like slightly yellow.
Slightly yellow. So I actually kind of like seeing the world as it is again. I've been seeing so much color. What are you doing? I'm sick and tired of seeing the world tinted. So
I don't know if you've noticed this, but so these glasses, the ones that I wear out and about.
Yeah, are those different lenses?
These are just regular clear lenses.
Got it.
When I'm at home or at work, I wear those green
blue
ones. They look like wood.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that have the tint in them. Ryan,
how dare
why do I even keep you around?
Poor
Ryan.
That
was his phone making noise.
That was the sticker on his back text messaging. I'm back here. Here I am.
So I'm trying to think of a way to ask this that won't trigger you, but how many total people ended up interacting with you today, Jeremy?
20-ish people.
Oh, man. So you just like took a nap the whole time?
No, you got a lot of Beat Saber playing in.
Just played it, the VR.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It'll be better next time. It'll be. Yeah.
You know, this is the first year back from Walmart 19. Last year was, online. This year, they just made plans to socially distance, and it feels a little more spread out. So next year, Walmart 19 will be over, and
hopefully.
No, it will be.
No, there's
Kara
always
has decided
new
that it's going to be over.
It's going to be over. It's going to be over.
Kara calls the shots, I guess.
I do. Walmart 19 listens to.
We're gonna do the next con inside of a phone booth. That's how confident we'll be.
Exactly.
Gwen sent me a picture of the stream had frozen for her, and Jeremy's making this. I gotta move over this, but he's making a face like this, like
funny.
Kara's staring over at him, like kind of mad looking.
Yeah, all the dang time. She's always mad at me.
I'm not.
Anyways, it was super fun to see Keith. It was super fun to see Daryl and all the other vendors. I miss Justin because congratulations, Justin.
You got married this
today.
weekend.
Yeah.
He got married earlier today.
Yeah,
or maybe right now even. I don't know what time the ceremony was because we're cool enough to get invited.
Yeah, he's married.
His profile picture is to kiss kiss.
Hold on. Let me look here. I don't believe you.
It says Justin Wilton and Stella Wilton at this point are married.
So 10 hours ago, you couldn't have gotten married that.
People 11 a.m.-ish?
Saturdays, people get married earlier.
Yeah.
And then they party longer.
Yeah. Yep.
Your guys' wedding was like at the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it was. Yeah.
We're
night
literally
owls.
what they offered us. And
No, we could have leaned into it, Kara, and just said, yeah, because we're night owls, we're hip.
Yep. Then I was. Now I'm like, get me to bed early because Chip makes me a morning bird.
Oh no, Dave is everywhere. He's dual wielding Twitch stream profiles right now.
Yay. Thank you so much, Dave. Yeah, if Dave was down here in town, he could have met Cam tonight.
Yeah.
That is one of the silver linings, is that we got to bring people in that have watched the stream forever, and now they get to like meet us and see the stream and spend time with us, and it was that was really, really, really fun. But playing around with VR,
I believe Al is also commenting that he's there right next to Dave. I believe that's his username. It's either his mom or his dad.
We appreciate all of you guys.
we sure do. But no, playing around with the VR is really fun, and it just gets me excited. It's like, it's always this thing. It's like, I really should play this more often, but
it's good cardio. Holy mother.
It's just such a footprint
Real
is
good
all.
cardio.
You need the footprint for the space.
We can set it up down here.
I was going to say, Jeremy, have you
I'm
seen this
legitimately
building?
thinking,
Dave,
Chris,
we can put it in the murder room.
what we should
The
do is,
murder room?
yeah.
What's
Well,
the
is
murder
Kara
room?
not familiar with the geography of this building? That's where all the
Murder room's
murders
the cement
happen.
room.
Oh, down by the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, there's not enough height for that.
Or maybe for you Goliaths, but for norms like me, it's totally fine.
But what we should do, Chris, is set up that green screen where you can see the person playing the Beat Saber.
Oh, heck yeah.
You know what we could do? We could probably do something like a 90-degree off, like shoot like that way or something.
100%.
Because I wanted to set the green screen up on a C-stand anyway for doing thumbnail pictures.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Heck yeah.
So I'm like absolutely sold on bringing the Vive down here, the one with the sensors and the good one.
We're never going to
actually.
remount that in the house. If we use
No.
anything at home, it'll be the Oculus.
Especially
or the
not with
Quest.
Chip. Yeah, not with Chip. But man,
You're not going to give him the VR experience?
well,
Not yet.
what would a baby with VR even do?
I don't know. What do you do?
Well, probably look
messes
for.
with them psychologically.
But no, so one of the fun things is Vader Immortal Dojo number 3. It's their third, so each one added something. And the third one is it's absolutely awesome. So people who are trying that today, you could see what handedness they were, how they chose to set things up. They were swinging the lightsaber around, and then you can use the Force to draw a blaster to you. It just
Okay, the
makes
blaster, you get
feel
5 shots, and
cool.
it's like, you're out.
You get way more than 5. What do you do when you run out of bullets in your stormtrooper gun, Chris?
Throw it.
Throw it away.
And then what do you do? How do you get another one?
Steal it with the Force?
Bingo! You force choke a stormtrooper, you take his gun, and you
Okay.
keep shooting. Do you know how fun that is? Did you know this?
There were no stormtroopers to kill in
If
the
you use the
dojo.
force and you can pull the stormtrooper to you, and you can hold your
There were no
lightsaber out, and you can go
stormtroopers.
like this. You can pull him and go, and just
In
watch
Vader
him just.
Immortal?
Yes!
You know,
They're on the
stormtroopers are people too,
They're
Jeremy.
shooting down at you.
I was talking about the dojo, not the...
Yeah, in the dojo, in Vader Immortal, in the dojo, there are stormtroopers that run out. If you were doing wave number 2, there are
There were no
stormtroopers.
stormtroopers in the one I did. Boom!
There was no stormtroopers
Boom.
for you either?
Boom!
Somebody messed with it.
Not me.
Now,
Well, okay, there
now
were
I
a
owe
bunch
you a
of-
redo. It's in the car. We'll do it after this. Well, I'll do it right. We'll do it after this. Anyways, you can grab the stormtroopers, pull them to you, and lampoon them on the,
Stick them like a stuck pig.
or a harpoon on the thing, and then
Skewer them like a pig.
yeah.
On a
It's so
spit.
much fun. And then when they drop their gun, you just force that into your hand and keep going. But the coolest thing, you'll have to try it tonight, Chris. The coolest thing is being able to take your blaster and shoot this way and also be able to deflect this way. I mean, it's absolutely amazing to be able to do all that. You're deflecting blaster bolts and you're fighting training droids and oh man, VR is just so much fun.
I'm glad. So, who done it on Twitch? I'm sorry. Thank you for saying hello. I thought it was Ryan, and then I was giving him crap for.
I know who done it is.
Oh, who is it?
It's Ashley.
Oh, is it? Oh, hello, Ashley. I thought it was Ryan, and I was talking to him, is this you? Is this you? And he's like, what are you talking about? And it's is this you on Twitch?
Wait,
He's like, no, I'm
who
looking at
done- I
pictures of a
thought-
house.
I thought Ashley had a Minnesota themed.
No, she's also. Well, I don't want to give away her gamer tag. I don't know if that's PII, but I'm
Yeah, just sit on
99%
that.
positive it's Ashley.
It is.
Yeah.
Confirmed by Dave, too.
Fine. You know what?
Did anybody, Chris, I thought you were laughing. I became self-aware that I was blocking Kara's face with my gesticularness. So then I just leaned into it and I kept doing it to be funny. And I
He thought it was hilarious.
it was hilarious. But
I'm sure
anyways,
that the people that were paying attention.
there were
enjoyed it.
kids who were playing and they found out. So the Vive is nice because it's the hardest thing to set up in the whole world. You have lighthouse sensors and you got to calibrate everything and draw the room out. And it takes all this pre-work.
Why do you need to sense lighthouses, though?
If you really want to know, it's the cool, the technology fascinates me and I will bore the poop out of everybody.
Yeah, no, skip.
Talking about it.
Skip.
But you do all this work, but it's nice because it's just like an Elgato. You just HDMI out into a TV, then the sound comes out there and everybody can see what you're doing, right? So I can chaperone the VR and I can give them directions oh, you need to hit the menu with your right hand and do this, right? Aim right there. And I can see it. With Vader Immortal, I can't see what they see. With the Quest, it's all self-included. You can stream it to a Chromecast specifically, as I'm
I've got
pretty
one of
sure
those.
it's lightly Android-based. It's made by Facebook, but I think it's Android-based. So it works really well with a Chromecast. But otherwise, I can only stream it to the app, and you need to be on Wi-Fi to stream it. And the Wi-Fi there was absolute garbage, like 56K.
Yeah, didn't you say it would take 17 days?
17 days to download 750
Haven't seen
megabytes.
numbers like those since the early 2000s.
If you had a 750 megabyte file in 2003, you were doing something wrong.
But so this one kid was like, oh, I love Star Wars. So it was like, all right, fine, you can play Vader Immortal on the Quest, but just you're on your own, kid, because I can't help you. That's the hard part.
That's when you just share the headset and where you get the left side, he gets the right side.
Yeah. Sir, we're going to need you to come with us. You're too close to that child.
Yep.
And it reminds me again, it's just like Sheldon in the train store. Oh, you like trains, little boy? Do you want to come to my house and play with trains? It's like, no, Sheldon, no. And whoever said I was Sheldon back in the day.
Somebody said that you looked like Sheldon after Amy left him.
Looks like Sheldon.
I haven't gotten that far
Amy.
into the series.
You just spoiled it for Chris. Way to go. Way to go. Anyways, it was really funny because
No, that person spoiled it ages ago, not me.
people telegraphed their intentions, and it was just really funny to watch them playing Star Wars. And new Star Wars fans are born constantly. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. You can ask people, and they may not have seen the movies, but so many people have seen Mandalorian.
I was talking to somebody recently. I think it was one of my patients. She said that she got her friend to watch Star Wars finally, and her friend was like, I now understand the hype.
Yeah, the hype is real.
She actually appreciated how awesome Star Wars was, including the old ones. You know?
Oh, it's
the old
awesome.
ones are the best ones, honestly.
You just went there, huh? Well,
Oh, come on.
somewhere
I would say
1,000 cried out for help.
1,012-year-olds.
Everybody is introduced to a different generation. That's what's amazing about Star Wars.
Well, so Al said, I'm so old that I remember it was a big deal to download 1 meg in under an hour.
See?
So, but since you had mentioned it, we should probably do one of these.
Ooh.
We haven't done those in a hot minute.
And I even already have it pulled up.
Is there anything?
Well, so there's a wild
Yes.
rumor. The first thing that I want to address.
Well, can I say it?
What do you think it is?
Hayden Christensen.
What? No, that's not a wild rumor. That's totally confirmed.
It is confirmed. Rosario Dawson has posted on her Twitter.
Yep.
Well,
And her Insta.
it would still be a thing that would be found on Star Wars League.
Oh, yeah, that's the top post on there. I skipped right past that because I figured everybody had already heard that. Anyway, Hayden Christensen's going to be Darth Vader. Who cares?
No, that's awesome.
I mean, but it makes sense. It's not like they're like, we got James Earl Jones out of retirement. To
Oh,
put
that
on the
would be
costume.
actually be better.
So,
He could still do the voice.
yeah,
So for the Ahsoka show, are they going back in time?
I don't know. No,
Because
I think it's parallel to Mandalorian, isn't it?
Mandalorian
But
takes...
Vader's dead.
Yeah, I was going to say Vader's dead. I thought he was going to come back as Force Ghost Anakin.
Flashbacks?
Flashback is what I'm thinking. Because I'm 90% sure they said that this is going to run in parallel to Mandalorian.
Do you think Rosario Dawson then would play a younger Ahsoka, or do you think they're going to get a different actress to play young Ahsoka?
No.
If you're trying to audition, you might be a little too late, Kara. And they would need somebody dramatically younger.
Well,
I think I look younger than Rosario Dawson personally.
I don't know. I want
I
her to
was
be on the
gonna
show,
say
so I'm going to say
shorter.
that you don't.
Shorter for sure. Like, I'm
How
probably
tall is
quite a-
she?
Rosario Dawson?
Yeah.
Probably shorter than me. I would.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you were shorter than her. I was like, there's no way she's like 6'4".
No. Rosario Dawson's definitely shorter than me. You kidding?
I can look it up.
Hold on.
Kara, your phone.
Get out of here.
Microphone.
She's 5'7". She's only an inch shorter than I am.
Holy cow, she is 5 inches shorter than me.
Yeah, well, you ate too much blue milk growing up.
Talk to my
Anyway,
mom.
the wild rumor is that season 3 Mandalorian is filming scenes with around 75 Mandalorians.
Yeah,
including
and they're
fan-made.
using cosplayers again, which is
Why are you hating?
I'm not.
You sound
He's jealous because he could have been a part of it had he
he's
made his
jelly.
Mando suit.
You jelly.
I'm not. It's what missed opportunity.
What do you mean missed opportunity?
It's
That's when your opportunity gets aerosolized as a water vapor. Missed opportunity.
So bad. I feel like it's the picture of the dog or whatever. You know?
dope.
Or the huskies.
It's
you know,
pronounced
have you seen the
Doge.
Doge.
No.
Boom.
I say
Doge.
Doge,
I say Doge. I've said
Doge.
Doge.
It's always been Doge. It'll always be Doge.
but I do say Doge. You've known that.
Yeah. Well,
Doge.
you also say other words weird. so-
Oh, dang it!
Continue
know how
your
I'm
thought of how
famous?
it's a missed opportunity, Jeremy.
Well, no, you know how I'm famous for Lava Q and Rendivius and Biwabeek?
Rendivius is your sister.
I know, but somebody at work came up to me and they asked about Brevator Road.
Oh, funny.
And I was like,
You mean Brevator?
you mean Brevator? And they're like, oh, that's how you say that. And I was like, aha,
Well, so
Brevator.
you know that I can't remember how it exactly goes, but it's like if you mispronounce a word, it's because you've only ever read it.
Bingo, yeah.
So
If you mispronounce what?
A word that you've only read it in text.
yeah.
You should never pick on people for mispronouncing words.
Jeremy, speaking of coworkers, what happened with your coworker yesterday, Jeremy?
You better not be talking about bugs.
the one that got arrested.
No, the one on the plane.
Oh,
Chad.
I know what you're talking about. The celebrity encounter.
Yeah.
How can we not talk about this?
I don't know, Jeremy. How could you have forgotten?
So,
Oh my gosh. Like,
one of my coworkers was on a plane and sat
Great
next
story.
to
Oh, sorry.
the person who did the mocap for the season 7 of the Clone Wars as Ahsoka against Ray Park, and is also a stunt double
for the armorer.
for the armor in Mandalorian. How unbelievably cool is that?
So what does he do? He texts Jeremy and he's like, hey, who does your wife cosplay as in the Star Wars, for Star Wars or whatever? And Jeremy's like, it's Ahsoka. And so Jeremy sent him a picture of me in cosplay and he showed it to Lauren.
So
So
Kara,
you've been seen by a famous stunt double.
Yeah.
yes. Look at how happy she is. That made her day yesterday.
I was trying to go to the close-up and I mispushed. There we go.
She's so happy.
Yep.
You don't even know.
I'm stoked. I'm super excited. So yeah, that was cool. Anyway, how is it a missed opportunity for the cosplayers and
No, I'm just saying it's one of those things where it's like, I wish people say, oh, I wish I would have bought Apple stock. Oh, I wish I would have bought Bitcoin in 2010. I'm just saying, I wish I would have made my Mandalorian armor a lot sooner.
oh, so it's a missed
Then
opportunity
never?
for you.
Yes,
But are you in LA?
I would be if
Boom.
I had Mandalorian armor.
You could transfer out there for 2 weeks for work, right?
Yeah, yep.
I'd take
Goodwill
2 week
deployment?
vacation, go out there. Heck yeah.
So,
Just be the on-set hygienist.
Right. Yeah,
Everyone
right.
knows that Mandalorians have to have a good dental hygiene.
Which ones of you would like to take an hour break while I scrape the crap off of your teeth?
Probably all of them. They're actors.
yeah, I'll take an hour break. Absolutely.
The one I wouldn't want to, who, Matt McConaughey, is he the one that's just,
Doesn't wear deodorant.
I'd be like, nah, boy.
He's too handsome for deodorant. Jeremy, keep wearing deodorant.
I would not go, no, if he came in smelling of straight BO, I'd be like, nah, there's the door, there's a shower, then we'll talk. Here's some deodorant.
What if
Anyway.
he was freshly showered?
And was wearing deodorant, I'd clean his teeth.
There's got to be a time frame from shower to not smelling where you don't need deodorant.
I think I would agree.
Immediately out of the shower.
No.
Jeremy, I think it's experiment time.
Hour and a half. 2
I think
hours.
it's experiment time, Jeremy.
All right, I'll do it.
You'll do incremental. You'll take a shower and then just not put on deodorant.
Yep.
But you have to do this some random time in the future, so Kara's not expecting it. And then just see when she's like, "Dang, you stink."
But you can't just like hop out of the shower and then sit and like play video. You have to like do your normal day thing.
That's all
if
Jeremy does.
Yeah, what if I'm playing Beat Saber?
Dear God.
What if Matthew McConaughey hops out of the shower and he
May
plays
God
video
have
games?
mercy on my soul. What?
What if Matthew McConaughey plays video games for an hour after a shower and then comes in and
You probably smell
I'd be
fine.
like, nah.
he hops in his navigator, puts the AC on. What? That's the commercials he does.
Yeah, I know. And he does the.
Yeah.
You see the Jim Carrey thing where he did the parody of that? Oh, there's a really funny.
Is it really funny?
Yeah, I think for Saturday Night Live they did a parody of that commercial, and he was Matthew McConaughey.
So tell us some more leaks.
There's honestly, outside of Acolytes being said to be filming in February
Ooh.
for like the 40th time.
Yeah, you know.
It's just really sad.
That's
to
pretty
me
much it. There wasn't a whole lot of meat. That's why I just want to get that out of the way.
that 2019 we had Mandalorian to watch in October around this time frame.
Yep.
Last year we had Mando to watch, and now this year we got to wait. And we do get Book of Boba Fett, which I'm stoked about, but that's not till December.
It's okay.
What isn't
Okay,
Mandalorian
December's
season
like a
3
month and a
coming
half
out in
away.
December too?
What?
Isn't Mandalorian season 3 supposed to be in December?
So
as
everybody
well?
keeps saying that. I don't think Mandalorian season 3 comes out to like next year, if not October of 22.
You think so?
I think it seriously is on hold. I don't think it's not December. It's Book of Boba Fett will run through its entirety before Mando season 3.
Is Book of Boba, is that a limited series?
I don't know the answer to that question. All right, Chris. Any more Star Wars stuff, or should we move on to our fun topic?
You can move on to fun topics.
And now, is it a fun topic or is it a fun topic?
No, it's fun.
Okay. All right.
This is a real thing. People have been giving me crap again. Cam, how do you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? That's okay that you're wrong, but it's fine. It's just it's peanut butter.
Right. You are
then
right.
it's jelly.
No.
Then you put the bread on it. What do you mean no?
The jelly absorbs into the bread, so it's not going to like get weird and slide off. And
Why can't it do that once it meets on top?
So, Jeremy, what if they put the jelly down first and the peanut butter on top of it?
That's fine too. That works.
It wouldn't work because the jelly is so loose and whatever. The peanut butter is so thick. It would just like
What horrible off-brand jelly are you buying that's just acting like an oil layer on top of this bread?
It practically is. And the peanut butter is it's thicker than the jelly is. The consistency is way different, and it's harder to spread peanut butter than it is jelly. So if
I
you
don't
were
know.
to do
I've
a
never
layer
had
of
I think a
jelly,
peanut butter layer could absolutely accept jelly on top of it. The peanut butter is definitely robust.
what do you
enough.
put over jelly ever besides another piece of bread?
Anyways,
Cheese?
as you can see, the spirited discussion that this created.
But Cam, you're correct. Peanut butter, jelly.
All right,
Together.
Hold on, but what if jelly's on the left and peanut butter's on the right?
Chris.
It doesn't matter. It's
Okay,
fine.
well, so
Chris.
I'm just saying because you set them in a certain order and it seemed like order mattered suddenly.
People always
so.
say peanut butter first, and then we read left to right. So peanut butter, jelly together.
Oh my goodness.
No, peanut butter jelly together.
A peanut butter jelly together.
No, peanut butter jelly and then bread.
Or you could just buy an Uncrustable.
So here's what I want to do. I want to do a blind taste test. I will make a sandwich with peanut butter and then jelly on the other piece, and I'll put them together. We'll mark that as either sandwich A or B. Only I will know. And then we'll do the same thing, and I'll make it my way.
It's not going to taste any different.
It absolutely will. It's the same thing with making mac and cheese. Okay? Here's how you make mac and cheese. You pre-melt the butter. That is the secret to making God tier mac and cheese. Pre-melt the butter. You pre-mix the powder. The powder goes in last. First, you do the noodles. Then you pre-melt the butter.
Hold on.
You
You're
leave that
skipping an important step here. When you drain the noodles, do you leave the pan on or not?
Okay, so I'm going to walk you through this really fast.
Okay.
Water, noodles, stove, go, a little bit of salt, a little bit of olive oil in the water. Let that boil, 8 minutes. While that's doing that, you take a clear bowl, put in butter, put it in the microwave, you melt it.
So if I use an opaque bowl, it's not going to work.
What now?
If I use an opaque bowl, it's not going to work.
It's fine. It's just very specifically remembering my process.
You're going through your steps. I got you.
Add the milk, add the powder, let that just sit as is. Water's done boiling. You strain the noodles. You don't rinse the noodles. You immediately put them in the clear bowl. You stir that up and serve.
Oh, you lunatic.
No, not a lunatic. And then you garnish with pepper.
No.
No,
Pepper
that's
should
the most important step.
Pepper should never touch mac and cheese.
Cracked
No,
pepper.
pepper's totally fine. No, the lunatic part is, so where you go off the rails, I think, is so you have this nice hot pan already, right?
Yeah.
So you strain out the noodles, you put the pan just right back on the burner, you throw the butter and all the stuff in there, and then the noodles back on top and mix.
So I will agree with Jeremy on mixing it in the bowl you plan to eat out of.
I eat out of
Otherwise,
the
you
pan.
I never eat out of the pan.
So-
Otherwise, you lose precious cheese sauce.
Yeah, so like it's the same thing but different because I'm not wasting an extra bowl.
Yeah, he just serves it out of the bowl.
And then
Chris,
you get the melted butter by throwing it into the pan while it's still hot. So I don't have microwave time either.
if I'm feeling saucy,
Ha.
I'll throw my
No pun intended.
I'll throw my mixture in the bowl if it's going to be a little bit while before I serve it. But if it's going to be served up, I just dump it in and then it's served up. But I'm usually planning on serving it up. But I'm telling you, pre-melting the butter is the secret to making really good mac and cheese. And also for eggs, I've been actually just adding water to chip scrambled eggs instead of milk. Huge difference. They're really fluffy and they did not stick at all to the pan. I love it.
They also taste way worse.
It tastes good.
It's like
really
adding
good.
water to tomato soup instead of milk.
No, you get out of here. Okay,
the flavor is so diluted, Jeremy.
You asked a very important question last week if chili is a soup.
That was
Negative.
like 3 weeks ago.
So I'm going to
Those
reverse
3
that
weeks? Hot dang.
and ask the question, Kara, is cereal a soup?
No!
It does meet the classifications of a soup. It's primarily liquid.
What? No, the classification for soup was that it was cooked in a broth or a water base.
And it's not cooked in a broth or a water base.
Well, don't tempt me to make cereal cooked in a broth base because I'll do
You're
it.
gonna make some chicken noodle Captain
You
Crunch.
feel free.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you feel free to cook cereal in a broth and eat it. I ain't touching that. You can't pay me to touch that.
We have important peanut butter and jelly questions from chat.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll actually have to go back to one thing. So when referring to Kara's height for being Ahsoka, Gwen said if they can make Gimli work on film, they can make Kara work.
There you go.
It's true. John Rhys Davies is a
like
tall
6'2".
guy.
Yeah. Then Gwen says peanut butter one slice, jelly other slice.
You guys are basic.
Yeah, basic.
So
Jeremy.
here's the most important question. What about blending the peanut butter and jelly together?
That's totally fine. They sell it.
Yeah. Didn't they make that? I don't know if they still do, but
But that's like distinct zones of peanut butter and jelly, like completely a peanut butter jelly, no spaces.
in my mind, blending them together like that would change the flavor. I don't know why, and I know it wouldn't, but in my mind, it would.
Okay, I'm going to take it a step further. One of my things as a kid was peanut butter and honey sandwiches.
Oh,
I
so
know my
good.
mom made peanut butter and honey.
So, peanut butter, my pet peeve, it destroys the sandwich if you spread the honey. I always put the peanut butter on there, you drizzle the honey, and you place the bread. Maybe that's why I make my PB&Js that way. But you drizzle the honey and you place the bread. If you spread it, it causes the crystalline structure in the honey to link up and then turn into like rock candy. It's not the same. So my
So when I
sister
make a
used to
peanut-
tease me, and she'd come over and she'd spread my honey. Like she'd come over, I'd be making the sandwich. She would take a knife and spread it out, so I'd have to add more honey. And then she'd spread it out, and I just had this like gob sandwich with like this much honey and this much peanut butter and this much bread.
So when I do make a peanut butter and honey sandwich, I do peanut butter, honey, and another piece of bread.
You put honey
see-
on the other side.
You don't. Why don't you put?
I don't have to spread the honey.
Why don't you put the honey
There's
on the
no
other side? Karen?
spreading involved.
See,
Cam
jelly
knows.
wins.
Cam
No,
knows.
jelly wins based off this alone.
You mix them together?
The peanut butter and the honey. No,
Putting on a sandwich, and then I also
so what he? No, that's good sandwich too. So peanut butter, honey, and bananas. So what Cam said is he mixes the peanut butter and honey together, then puts it on the bread, which would also change it drastically. So I would imagine now I have to try that. But I don't. If you try it, peanut butter and then drizzle honey, big difference.
Yep.
All right, so we have a couple of things. So I forgot to mention that I actually use twice as much butter when I do my mac and cheese.
Oh, you double the butter.
Gwen reminded me of that. Yeah, so
Got
it's
it.
2x butter, and sometimes I'll do double butter, no milk.
Oh.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
So milk is-
the milk.
I feel
I don't
very
ever
optional.
measure for the record. I just
Eyeball?
little splash.
The nice thing about doubling the butter is you just fire the whole stick in and call it good.
Yeah.
I feel like the butter is going to give it a richer flavor than just the milk.
It's very, very savory.
Yeah.
Then Gwen wants to know, is clam chowder soup?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I would think so.
I said no, it's chowder. Otherwise, they call it clam soup.
Ah. Is chowder different than a soup or a chili?
Do you want me to go to Google, or do you want me to answer from my heart of hearts?
Well, just answer from your heart of how you
I think
define
chowder
it.
is substantially different than soup, but I don't know why.
So would you categorize that with like, I know it's called soup, but I feel it's similar to the texture of like a chicken wild rice soup.
I done got bamboozled. The very top thing says a chowder is a rich, hearty soup.
Okay.
So chowder is soup. I take
So,
it
like-
back. Sorry, Gwen. Chowder soup.
So then there's creamy white chili.
Sorry.
Which is, I think, completely different than regular chili. I feel creamy white chili is closer to a soup than a chili.
You never answer. Is there any other consensus on the whole cereal thing?
What? Do you want me to ask the internet, or do you want me to give you my opinion?
I'm just curious what the internet says. Cam, do you think
No, cereal is not a soup. No, it's not a soup.
No.
Gazpacho was cold.
Oh, there you go. Oh boy, what makes a cereal? You know what? You're absolutely right, because when I married Kara, she introduced me to hot cereal. And I hate hot cereal.
love
What,
hot
malto meal?
cereal.
Hot cereal's, it's not even a cereal. Tell me what your hot cereal. Malto
Cereal
meal
is a classification of a type of grain.
I love like cream of wheat. I love cream of wheat. Red River, super
Cream of
good.
wheat,
What is
wheat is
Red
only good
River?
if you add
Nobody-
40 pounds of sugar to it.
Nobody knows what Red River is.
So, and then the other thing, I grew up with rice and raisins.
No,
So
this
they
mad
would
lass.
make rice.
She
put
makes rice in
raisins
morning.
it, and then you'd pour milk, brown sugar, and cinnamon on it.
It's
That sounds
weird.
awful.
It's
No.
amazing.
No,
It's like
you-
a rice pudding almost.
No,
It's
no.
so good. Yes, Cam. Thank you. Boom.
The rice is lumpy and it's a bad
How is
texture.
it lumpy? I cook it like normal.
No. You eat cereal, you put a piece of bran in your mouth, you get a crunch. You get a crisp, unless you like soggy cereal.
Ew.
Monsters.
You eat rice, there's no crunch. It's just goo. It's like goo.
You eat rice.
It turns into gum.
You eat rice normally though.
Yeah, but it's not. It's covered in the good stuff.
Like-
thick, hearty, cold sour cream, cheese blasted all on top of it.
Wait, hold on. I
Salsa,
missed-
and hot sauce
You eat rice by itself. You
with
just
butter. Not milk and cinnamon.
Jeremy's very angry about
Rice
this.
is not a vessel for sweet. It is a vessel for savory.
rice pudding. Mic drop.
I don't like rice pudding.
I love
hate
rice pudding.
tapioca pudding too.
I don't even know what tapioca
I don't even know
is.
you. Wait, you don't know what tapioca is?
No, I've heard of it, but I have never
It's
encountered
so
it in real life.
It's so good.
It's,
yes,
it's
I'm an
rice
old person
pudding for
saying that, but-
pretentious people.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Tapioca
is.
is way different than rice.
Tapioca is a starch extracted from the storage roots of the cassava plant native to north and northeast regions of Brazil.
Yeah, aka cassava
So
plant
it's just a
is rice.
starch.
Suck it.
What?
What's a
That's what
cassava
it- That's
plant?
literally what this says. Tapioca is a starch extracted from the cassava plant.
What's a cassava plant? What family in Latin?
Yes, Chris. Would you like to?
I know all the hierarchies of rice. You have
species.
You have Ricis latinus. Then you have,
Ricis
and then
latinus?
that falls under the
There's a
Casanova
cassava
plant.
right there.
There. Look, it doesn't
It
even
looks
look
like
like,
like a
rice.
potato.
No, it doesn't. That looks like a beetle. That does not look like rice.
That is rice shaped. It is
No, it's
cylindrical.
not. Oh my
It's like a
land.
potato.
There you go. Boom.
Could
Suck
be
it.
part of
Would
the
you eat
carrot.
potato pudding,
Wait,
Kara?
everybody.
If it tasted good.
I don't have a whiteboard. Chris, what's 1 plus 1?
2,
No, it's 2 plus 2.
4,
4 plus 4.
8,
8 plus 8.
16,
16 plus 16.
32.
Quick, name a vegetable.
Potato.
Damn it. Cam and I both said carrot.
I said celery.
Potato's not even a vegetable,
It's
though.
not,
It's a tuber.
truly, but it's a root, but whatever. It's fine.
Well, I said quick say vegetable and you said potato. So,
You didn't say carrot, and carrot, I guess, is the standard answer.
Oh, I hate
said
carrot.
celery.
Ryan, what did you think? Did you think carrot, Ryan?
He doesn't know how to do math. Don't ask him questions.
He couldn't get past 1 plus 1. Just kidding, Ryan.
E2
Just
Brute,
kidding. I'm just
backstabber.
kidding. Jeremy's very passionate about hot
One wants to know
cereal.
is oatmeal hot cereal.
Oatmeal is different. Okay, you all are making oatmeal wrong as well, too. Okay, I grew up. My dad used to take oatmeal. He'd cook it.
So apparently the only way to correctly make things is if Jeremy grew up making it this way.
No. But it's people make it wrong and give it to me, and then I don't like it, and then I make it, and then it's good. So my dad
Case and point.
would make
Case and
oatmeal,
freaking point.
and he would put raisins and cereal in it. No, or raisin and cinnamon. The raisins plump
Rice
up.
and raisins.
And when you take a bite out
Don't
of a
say
raisin,
that. It makes me feel sick.
what, a plump raisin?
No, the raisins cereal or whatever she
Rice
just
and
said.
raisins.
No, not rice, but he would do oatmeal and raisins.
Yeah, I love raisins. I love rice. But
Okay,
putting them
so
together
growing
sound
up,
like
oatmeal gave me a stomach ache. So I
spicy oatmeal is getting rejected by your system.
Anyways, so I just didn't like boiled raisins. It was nasty. And so the oatmeal was too wet and so when I make oatmeal, I really actually prefer instant oatmeal. I
Yep.
take it and I saw somebody do this and I thought they're an absolute madman. They put the water in and then they either just microwave it and then they come and they eat. No. All you have to do to make the best instant oatmeal you'll ever have in your entire life, take the water, bring it to a boil or microwave the water as a standalone.
Yep.
You pour the dry instant oatmeal in your bowl. You take the water once boiling and just simply dump it on top and stir it. And you get the stickiest, Best tasting oatmeal ever.
That's exactly how I do it.
I hate
It's
people who boil it
crunchy and
together.
hard.
No, it's delicious and sticky and
No, it's
like
crunchy
it's
and
like you could
hard.
easily just take it, make it into an oatmeal ball, and throw it at any potential invader.
Okay, when it's really
self-defense
sticky
food.
like that, it like,
That's how I like it.
So just
and he doesn't like clumpy rice.
for clarification purposes, a cereal is a grain used for food such as wheat, oats, or corn. So
Okay.
technically speaking, oatmeal is hot cereal.
That's fine. Specifically oatmeal. But
Hold on.
Kara's hot
Wait,
cereal.
hold on. What? Cream corn. Yep. Cream corn is hot cereal.
Oh, right. I like that. I'll absolutely concede that one.
Yep. We just walked into that.
Oh my
For what it's worth,
gosh.
cream of wheat is awful unless there's 80 pounds of like brown sugar in
I
it.
love cream of wheat. It's so
Kara,
good.
you're the worst person ever, is what
I
I'm
grew
learning.
up on cocoa wheats, cream of wheat, Red River, which is like a multi-grain kind of cereal. It's so good.
So what you're saying is you just had no joy growing up.
I had a healthy childhood.
What percent
I don't know
of milk
about
did
that.
you drink?
I grew up on skim.
I grew up on skim as well.
2% was a treat.
2% all the way. We didn't mess around with
We
anything.
have 2% now, but growing up, it was skim milk, and that was it.
Gwen says wet oatmeal is garbage.
Ha! Dry oatmeal is the way to go.
Well, no, but like this when it's all sloppy and like soupy instead
Yeah.
of like the
I don't
right
like it. I
consistency.
don't like it super thin, but I don't like it like Jeremy's saying, where you can pick it up and like make a friggin' snow oat ball out of friggin' oatmeal.
Oatmeal is supposed to be like the expression sticks to your ribs.
That's
No.
exactly it.
It's just something where it just like bonds to your insides and keeps you warm in the winter. That's what oatmeal is for.
Nope. Nope.
Actually,
Nope.
really funny story. So when you need a substitute in cooking, right? You probably have some ingredient that's somewhat harder to find. So you want to find the substitute of something easier. So Kara was even just making pancakes this morning and she said,
I ran out of
hey,
baking powder.
You know who? Hey, voice command person. What is a substitute for baking powder? Mm-hmm. She ran out. She goes, oh, a substitute is baking ammonia. Kara's like,
I was like,
what am I going to do with baking
Clearly,
ammonia?
I've got baking ammonia just hiding in my cabinet.
Because that's
like-
more readily accessible than baking powder.
Lord, that's probably something you have to friggin' order off of Amazon.
Just set up your still to generate some baking ammonia. for
Oh, I'll tell you what. I was like, when she said that, I was like, girl, like, what do you think I am?
So that one was really funny to me
Yeah,
because
I just left it out. It was fine. The pancakes taste totally fine.
Hold on, so you're trying to substitute baking what powder?
Baking powder. So there's a number of different things, like cream of tartar, I think was one.
I've never heard of
Soured milk, I think was one.
Buttermilk,
What was
plain
the-
yogurt, molasses.
Plain yogurt, that was the one. And molasses, those two shocked me.
What the heck is cream of tartar?
Cream of tartar, it's used in pie baking. It's like the pie fillings, isn't it?
now
Yeah.
I want to try.
It's used to stabilize egg whites and creams as well as to prevent the
Yeah.
formation of sugar crystals. So you need cream of tartar for your honey, Jeremy.
I kind of want to try. So somebody gave me one the other day, and it's definitely a cookie that I wouldn't touch around the holidays when I was a little kid, but I love now. A good molasses cookie.
Oh, those are so good.
Fork,
And
yeah.
now when somebody said that, I want to try pancakes with molasses substituted for the baking powder. That would probably be a molasses.
molasses, yeah.
Ginger pancakes.
Ginger cakes.
Kara loves ginger cookies.
You love ginger cookies
They're
too.
great. You make a great ginger cookie.
I do not make a good ginger cookie. The good ginger cookies come from Baraboo.
You're so funny.
They do.
Circling back around to the oatmeal, Gwen wants to know if you've mashed a banana into your oatmeal. It makes it sweet and it thickens it up really nice.
I've not tried that.
Sliced bananas and put them on top, but never used it as like a binding agent to make my sticky oatmeal even stickier. Sign me up.
You'll try to swallow it and it'll just like clog your esophagus.
stick to your ribs
No,
for
what
7
Jeremy's gonna
years.
Do, you know how like you thicken broth into gravy, do a flour mixture?
Yeah.
That's going to be Jeremy. He's going to take a little flour and he's just going to keep on beating that oatmeal until it's so thick. You have to chew it
He's
in
going to
order
end up
to eat
making
it.
oatmeal cookie.
Exactly. That's how honestly, that's Jeremy's favorite way to eat oatmeal. A good oatmeal cookie.
Oatmeal raisin cookie? Yes, please.
I love oatmeal raisin. It gets
It's a
such
good
a bad
cookie.
rap.
No, it's
with
a
the
good cookie.
I prefer
Jimmy
raisins
John's has an oatmeal raisin
to
cookie that's pretty
friggin'
solid.
chocolate chips in my oatmeal cookies.
Did you just say something about Steve Jobs?
What? No, Jimmy John's
Oh.
has a solid oatmeal cookie.
Freaky fast.
Got it. I was like, what does Steve
Jimmy's
Jobs have to do
John's.
with oatmeal cookies? Oh, he died really young.
He did?
He was only 56, Steve Jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jimmy John. I'm like, that's a made up guy.
Steve Jobs died like, what, 5 or 6 years ago?
I was singing the "You Can Get a Million Piece Box," the Nugget song, and you're like, oh, where is this glorious
Nuggets,
place?
Yeah, what you said, like,
Nuggets.
what was the name of the restaurant? Nugget Heaven or whatever?
Chicken Dreamland.
Chicken Dreamland. Like, I thought it was a real place.
Whoa.
There's a place called Twisted Tenders in Duluth, so
Really?
I did not know this.
they're really expensive and pretty okay.
So, really quick to circle back to the mall, we went to the food court. Boy, has that changed at the mall.
Sbarro still there?
So
Yeah,
the
Sparrows,
last,
I think, will be one to stay there forever, along with Coney Island and Max Orient.
the last time I went in there, so yeah, to the left you had Sbarro's,
To the left,
but to the right you had Charlie's, which
Yep.
makes like a really
Subway's
chopped up.
gone. Charlie's is gone.
So Subway's gone, Charlie's gone. Okay, then you went to the next one. You had Taco John's.
Taco Bell, John's, yeah.
Yep.
Taco John's gone. Taco John's gone at the mall.
El Burrito now.
It is literally El Burrito. Then there's Oriental place that's like Max Orient, but it's
like Panda Buffet, but
you-
Panda
not Panda
Express?
Buffet.
It
might be Orient Express.
It's a better buffet because the other place you get like 2 choices. Like you get like pick, I want orange chicken and chicken almond ding or something, and then they give you the 2 entrees. You have the buffet style, but you like pay for 1 entree buffet, 2 entree buffet. This place they do it by the weight, so you can get whatever you want out of the buffet line. You can get wontons, egg rolls, right, everything.
So you're paying the same price per weight for a wonton as you are for a piece of orange chicken?
Yes.
I think you're getting ripped off.
No, it's
Or is it cheap?
It's tipped to the point where like, so wontons for like a couple of them, or like at a restaurant here is like $10 for a little sack of wontons. So you can get like 30 wontons for the same price.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good deal. They give you on the air, like I feel like you can get a heavy to go container for under like $9. So
Is that what you ended up doing today?
No, I didn't eat all day because I was just at the booth.
I made pancakes this morning. So when Jeremy says he didn't eat all day, after the pancakes that I slaved over this morning.
It is amazing what cooking does to things. After eating,
Let me see if I know where this is going. Isn't it amazing what cooking does to things? Is this going to go in the direction of ingredients that would normally be something you wouldn't touch with a 30-foot pole somehow combines into something delicious?
no, simply I've come to realize that blueberries just taste so much better in a pancake.
You just want hot blueberries then.
They swell up, and then you bite them, and they just explode with more blueberry flavor than if they were left to just their own devices. Then they change from blue to purple, and the color is just
Well, they're always purple. They've never been blue once.
no. Blueberries are blue.
No, they're not.
Purple doesn't exist.
Everybody get out of here. They're look blue in the packaging, like a dark navy blue, and then they change to purple when they're cooked into pancakes. And blueberry pancakes are now one of my favorites. And that's coming because I used to love chocolate chip. So today, Kara actually made a stack of chocolate chip and a stack of blueberry.
Okay, and you know what? Lord bless him. Jeremy, I clearly stacked blueberries on one side, chocolate chips on the other, and Jeremy's like, which side is which one, Kara? I can't tell the difference between a chocolate chip and a blueberry.
It was hard.
Okay. Just
That
so
was
you know,
after
Jeremy,
you yeeted my glasses into the universe. They probably were misaligned.
blueberries are a deep purple color because of anthocyanin, a pigment that is especially rich in blueberries.
In
So
packaging.
why aren't they called purple berries?
In
Because
packaging, they
look
just
blue-esque. They've always looked purple to me.
they just look blue to me.
They've looked like a dark navy-ish blue to me.
They look like Kara's pants.
No, they're
with
way
more purple in them.
There's more purple than that. They look like a blueberry.
Like I never would have called it purple. I would have called it more blue. But then, yeah, when like Chip eats them, there's just purple everywhere.
It's been suggested that you should try blueberries in your oatmeal, Jeremy.
I'll do that. Yeah, I like blueberries.
You've done blueberry overnight oats.
Yeah, I
haven't
have. Yeah,
Also-
overnight oats are cool.
It's been said that the secret to a fast breakfast is to just eat oatmeal cookies.
Well, now I just want to take a cookie and smash it up, pour milk on top of it, and eat it that way.
Oh, you mean Cookie Crisp?
Cookie Crisp, but specifically oatmeal. Cookie Crisp is,
Chocolate chip.
yeah. Well, no, Cookie Crisp reminds me. So there's a lot of foods we've talked about here. A lot.
We might as well call ourselves like Rise of the Food Cast.
There is a specific food that has never been brought up, but it is very nostalgic for me, and it's never been talked about. Okay,
Is it Sugar
We've talked-
Smacks?
Which one? Sugar Smacks? Nope. we have talked about, it's related to Cookie Crisp, but not in the way you'd probably
French
think.
toast
Ahoy.
crunch.
We have talked about those donuts that are coconut in the yellow box and then the
Mickey's.
Mickey's
I drew
donuts.
the perfect police sketch for.
We have talked about classic Halloween candy. But one cookie that I had a lot, didn't matter if I was at my mom's house or with my mom or if I was with my grandma, whatever, somebody would always slip me. They're in a yellow package. They're just a vanilla wafer cookie that on the edge is thin and then it gets slightly thicker towards the middle. And they're only about the size of a 50-cent.
Talking about
Nilla wafers?
yeah, Nilla wafers.
I think that's what they were. They come in a box like Oreos.
Yeah.
Cookie Crunch reminds me of those cookies just with the chocolate chips. Those are the ones. You guys ever?
My mom loves these.
So I think my mom used those for like pie crusts a lot. Like
People do use them as pie crust.
banana cream
but
pie specifically.
People
yeah,
would
the
just,
banana cream pie blizzard at Dairy Queen uses those.
Yeah.
my mom and my grandma would both just give me little stacks of those cookies.
You're so good.
Oh, Jeremy, the top question. So I just Googled Nilla wafers to get that. The top question, why are Nilla wafers so good?
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Well, and
Do you want me to
it's
read
not
the description
anything.
of why it's so good?
I don't
Do
think
it.
it's anything. I don't think they're any like epic cookie. Like they don't invoke such strong emotions. But it's a familiarity is why they're good to me.
Let's see here. So, okay. I think this is, I don't understand. I'm just going to read this paragraph because it's the first paragraph that came up. The texture is both crispy and aerated. As they nestle into a bed of whipped cream or pudding, Nilla wafers hydrate to create dissolve in your mouth crumbs, not wet mush like other brands.
I like it. I like it. What a good description.
Yep.
And it does remind me too. I did have them a lot with ice cream.
You can get an 11-ounce box at Target for $3.49
Still,
You can get an 11-ounce box.
at Target.
boo.
You can get those anywhere. Like if you go down the cookie aisle, you can literally get them anywhere.
Well,
Isn't that
but
just
I know
like a
you guys shop
staple
at
cookie?
Target, so.
That's just
I love Target.
That
Target's my
is the
jam.
cookie that has done like Pepsi advertise. We've talked about this before. Coke and Pepsi don't need to advertise. You're already set in your ways. They don't need to advertise.
Yep, Coke is
But
good,
Pepsi
Pepsi's
le-
trash.
Nilla
Pepsi
has
needs
done
Cardi B to tell people that they don't want anything but cold hard cash for Christmas.
Kara hates that commercial.
I don't understand
do.
anything you just said.
So, okay,
Yeah,
so
just-
2 years ago, Pepsi had Cardi B do their
So
commercial.
who's Cardi B?
She's the
Just-
person.
I don't know what.
She coined by her way of saying okay is
So she's like a reality star or something then?
she's a
A
singer.
singer.
She's a singer.
Okay.
A rapper, I think. Anyway, Pepsi had a Christmas commercial a couple years back, and she's like, "Don't get people what they don't want. Just get them cold hard cash." Cold hard cash.
Oh, okay. I did not know. I thought it said. I don't even know what you said. So,
cold hard cash. That's what
okay.
she says that people want, and I cannot stand it.
And that was a Pepsi
It was a
commercial.
It was a Pepsi commercial for Christmas.
Because if you bought a 12-pack of Pepsi, you had a chance to win cash.
yes, that's what it was.
Okay, so like none of this made any sense. So just another reason why you should never buy Pepsi, essentially.
I
Right.
mean,
I have to sneeze. I apologize. I'm trying to hold it off.
bless you.
It didn't work, Kara.
I muted your mic. I don't think it did anything.
He leaned toward my mic.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't want boogers on mine.
Excuse me.
All right, should we get to the thing that you sent me or no?
So, funny thing with what Jeremy just did, I have patients who they'll have to sneeze, and we have filters now in front of, because of Walmart 19, we have filters in front of their
You
faces.
say Walmart 18?
Walmart 19.
Okay.
That goes down to like a HEPA filter and a UV light. So it's sitting in front of their face. And 9 times out of 10, if a person coughs or sneezes, they will lean away from it, cough and sneeze, and then go back to it. And I'm like, you realize what this is for, right?
They
like,
probably don't. That sounds like some sort of foreign technology to me.
people always ask when they sit down. I'm like, oh, it's a new filtration system. It goes down to a HEPA filter.
Maybe they're
and UV
just
light.
testing how good it is. Here, I'm going to sneeze over here and see if it picks it up.
There's a reason it sits like 6 inches away from their face.
I thought it was so you could get into their face to do the work.
To finish the advertising thing, all I was getting at is Nilla doesn't need to advertise because they're already established in everyone's life.
Everybody knows
That's
who they are.
true. Well,
So-
okay, actually, so don't think about Stay Puffed because everybody knows Stay Puft marshmallows.
Yep.
What is the biggest selling brand of marshmallows? The marshmallows that everybody always grabs, the ones that are sitting there, they got the
The
rainbow
red,
color
blue,
on them.
and green ones. The
Well, no.
jet puffed.
Damn.
Boom. Sorry, that was really loud.
So, because nobody knows the brand of marshmallows except for Kara, apparently.
I love marshmallows.
So
Cam knew too.
I don't know.
But I
You
always
might just
buy
be right
the.
in your
I like
cocktails.
the bigger ones you use
Those
for
are jet puffed ones too.
all of
They're
yeah.
Jet Puff.
It's they have orange and like blue stripe in their logo.
It's red, blue, and green.
I don't think there's any green in there.
Chris?
Give me 1 second.
And then move on to your the list.
Whoop.
Red, blue. Oh, there's yellow in there too.
Yeah,
Yellow
I
and
said
green.
rainbow, but it's by Kraft anyway.
Okay. All right, Chris.
All right.
so proud of myself.
Now that we're an hour into the thing that we were worried we weren't going to have anything to talk about.
It's okay. That's
Here's
okay.
the link that you sent me. The most important debate questions you'll ever read about. Did you read this at all or just see the headline?
I just scrolled through it. I did see there's a yes support and a no support for each one.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun because it gives you both sides of the.
Do you want me to pick some or do you just want, geez, Ryan?
No, pick some. Pick some.
Okay. So here's one that I think is interesting. I wish I could jump even closer, but I'll jump out wide. This is your thinking camera.
Okay.
Is fire on fire?
No.
Is fire on fire?
Yep.
No.
No. I mean,
Fire is the byproduct of heat, and the reaction's actually taking place
is
at the source. And then when you see the fire, it's actually
here's
a reaction.
the thing: you can't light fire on fire. Fire's already on fire.
But so like, where does the fire stop and the burning start?
No, well, the fire is fire.
Okay, so
And the
so
burning-
Okay, if I took a match that's lit and held it into a blowtorch,
Yes.
is that fire on fire?
No. It's
The
all
product
fire.
is the match is on fire, but the fire's not on fire because
What happens to
It
the
is
fire of the
fire.
match then? What happened to the fire of the match then?
it combines
it's-
into the fire of the blowtorch.
The fire is additive.
Yes.
So fire can sit next to fire, but fire can't be on fire.
Correct.
Okay, fair enough. I have no horse in this race. I'm just curious where you're coming from.
Cam,
agree?
Cam definitely has a horse in this race or opinion.
Okay.
Well, technically, you can light smoke from fire on fire again.
That's true.
Therefore,
But smoke-
there had to be fire originally. The fire has to be on fire.
But smoke
You're
isn't.
relighting the fire, right? Here's what Cam said, and I've seen this is blowing kids' minds on the internet. They'll take a match, they'll put it out, then they light the top of the smoke, and it will light back down and reignite the match.
Do you know why smoke is not white?
It's ash.
Enlighten me.
So smoke is essentially dirty steam. So steam is white, right? It's just water vapor that's like condensing back down from being liquid or whatever, a water vapor into a liquid, right? It's that transitionary period. So like, you know, like when you light like wet leaves on fire or whatever, it's like really like gray or like some things will be black like rubber. It comes from incomplete combustion of the carbon. So when you're lighting smoke, you're reintroducing the combustion to the carbon molecules that were unburnt in the smoke.
So what about when you blow out like a candle or not, like a match? There's that little string of smoke.
Yeah, it's an incomplete burn.
Yep, because the heat is left. And so now
So smoke is dirty steam.
You know, a really smoky campfire.
Yep.
Could you go to the top of that smoke
theoretically,
and light
yes.
it on fire and have there be this crazy string of fire just go down to the other fire?
We should get the drone and try it.
Depends
I
on the
agree.
accelerant. No, okay, but yes. So we've all got that one.
Jeremy's like, no.
Next one, Chris.
When we go to buy our next drone, we'll use that one to start smoke on fire.
Right?
Oh, well, we all. I'm gonna do this one just because the crowd agrees with me. Does pineapple belong on pizza? We know that you guys are wrong. The overwhelming majority says
Pineapple
yes.
belongs on pizza.
What was just read the over under, the yes, no for that one.
Read the yes, no.
Yeah.
No one.
No, you're so funny. I know there's a yes, no for each of those.
What? Yeah, the little chart thing, right?
Yeah.
Like this thing.
Oh,
What is-
that's not the link I sent you.
Is it not? Oh, this is mine.
That's yours.
This is the one that you sent me.
Yes.
I see. Well, do they have this on there? Nope, they don't have the pineapple thing on this one. Okay, I was reading Jeremy and I both found very similar lists. Anyway, no, it doesn't belong on pizza as decided by the people.
Cam, do you like pineapple on pizza? Boom.
I think he's just saying that so you guys will be friends with him.
We already
I
were.
have found out today that Cam is very into cooking and the like. And so he has an enlightened taste palette.
All right. Moving on. Should you wet your toothbrush before or after putting toothpaste on it?
Depends on how dry you're. Oh, I don't necessarily always wet it.
This is hilarious.
You got saliva for a reason.
It's very simple. You got a dry toothbrush. You want it dry because it was wet the last time you used it. Drying means it has completed its cycle and it is ready to be used again.
Okay.
You place your toothpaste on there, you fire up your water, do a quick, and then you brush your teeth. Doesn't need to be any more complicated or simple than that. That's what
Why
it
do you
is.
need to wet it?
Because it gets it prepped so that there's enough water when you go to clean it out.
have dry
Carrot,
mouth?
you don't wet your toothbrush at all.
So I think sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends.
I always wet it. I don't know.
You have saliva for a
So
reason.
this is very interesting because the three of us have three completely different. So Kara will just say ostensibly for simplicity, no wetting at all. Jeremy, wet after toothpaste applied.
Please tell me you don't wet before.
I wet before and after.
Oh, that's different.
So I don't like the bristles. I don't use an exorbitant amount of toothpaste, but I feel like the bristles get a little bit harder than like stock bristles because of the latent toothpaste on the brush. So I like to soften it up. I put the whatever it is, the half pea sized dab of stuff on there. And then because I want to me, it seems like the toothpaste gets activated by becoming wet. So I
That
want it
is
to be
what-
ready to go. So then I wet the toothpaste after the fact. So it goes water, wet brush, toothpaste, brush.
We can at least agree on this, Chris, that soap needs water to activate, right? To get
Yep.
it to bubble up.
Yeah,
do your
water.
hands salivate? Nah.
Toothpaste is the same way. It's the bubbles that get between your gums and between your teeth that help clean stuff out.
Actually, that is sodium lauryl sulfate, and people are moving away from sodium lauryl sulfate because it's not good for you.
Do not say that on the internet. People are already gun shy about fluoride. Now no one's ever
There
gonna
is
brush
a
their teeth.
huge bunch of people that are veering away from anything with SLS. It's in hand soap, it's in dish soap, it's in laundry detergent. Anything that foams
Is it
has sodium
microplastic or is it bad for the environment?
is bad for you.
She just
So
drops
don't eat your
SLS like we
toothpaste.
all know what she's talking about.
Do you know what SLS is? Boom. Thank you. See, Cam
I'm
is my
pretty
new
sure-
favorite. Cam is my new favorite.
I'm pretty sure I did not know what that meant, but I had figured it out through context that it was the sodium lauryl sulfate. So I think saliva is different than water, and I feel like water is the vessel to activate the toothpaste.
I mean,
once you
technically
put
it
in your
is
mouth.
different than water. Yes, I wouldn't drink a cup of saliva, but
You would for $1 million.
You would.
is it my own saliva?
No,
It's just a random cup of saliva I keep around.
no, you'd do it for a mill. You would do it for a mill.
I do it. Jeremy would do it. Would you?
I'll do it for $20. $20 is
All right,
$20.
on
I would
episode
vomit.
131, Jeremy drinks a cup of saliva for $20.
Everybody just
All right,
save your
fine.
spit throughout the week.
$1,000's my limit for this cup of
You would
saliva.
even do it for just 1,000.
Jeremy is a capitalist. Anyway, the overwhelming majority, 77% of people wet before applying toothpaste.
Before applying
Yep.
toothpaste.
So that was the only one. So Kara and I both had oddball ones. You were the only one who chose one of the two options that they asked, which is wet after.
Weird.
So there's don't wet at all, wet both times, wet before, wet after.
No, just wet after.
So wet before is the overwhelming
That's weird.
preference.
So to be funny, and we're going to talk about butts for a second. There's two types of
We
people
made it
who
1 hour and 3 minutes, guys.
people wipe this way or people wipe this way.
Yep.
And apparently the two don't know each other exist. That was a funny meme I saw.
They brought that up on the Rooster Teeth podcast once.
Did they really?
So here's my
wipes?
question. Are you a stand or a sit?
Oh, sit all the
Sitter.
way.
Funny.
You stand? See?
Really?
I think it just comes down to how you were taught by your folks.
No,
Yeah.
I don't mean to get gross, but sitting your cheeks spread a little bit easier than standing when they're
You've
going.
got two hands when you're standing. You can pull and wipe.
I don't want my free hand anywhere near that. That's what I'm saying.
In some places
Interesting.
they just wipe with their hand.
I know they do. They wipe with their left because their right hand is the clean hand.
What if you're ambidextrous or you're left-handed?
Well, that sucks because everybody else is right-handed.
All right, Chris, what's the next one?
I'm okay. This is probably the most controversial one on the entire list.
Uh-oh.
Is toilet paper hung overhand or underhand?
It's simple.
Over.
It's overhand. It's one-handed use. You can grab, like, pinch and whip. When you go under and you try to, like, do a snap pull, it always ends up peeling the whole roll off.
The only time I've heard it different is people that it should be different or could be different and it'd be okay is with small children.
Because if they bat it, it rolls itself up and not out.
Yep.
Or cats.
So I have never understood why people care. First of all, it's total anarchy. It's whatever way the roll's in my hand when I'm applying it to the
I will
holder.
fix it if it's under, not over.
My question is, who cares?
I don't like to search for the dumb thing. Like I don't want it to have to be in the back, and I'm trying to grab it from the back.
All the problems that people seem to have with this happen both ways. Like if you tear it off and it ends up like somewhere on the top and the back, regardless if it's forehand or underhand, it's like you're still searching around to find out how it comes off.
Kara just bats it though.
What do you mean I
So if
bat
it stops at the top and you bat it forward,
You roll it
will
forward.
roll and it'll create the strip. If it's on the top and it's an underhand hang and you bat it, it will keep itself rolling.
So then you
up.
have to, like, push
So
it.
then you have to like go like this.
I think you guys are having ridiculous I've never had an issue either way ever with toilet paper being hung in any
You're
direction.
used to it.
No, and
And if you look at the diagram for toilet paper,
Everybody who brings that argument up is wrong. I will say this. If you are like, oh, the original patent has it hung a certain way, those are the worst type of people ever on this argument. They're always the people that are the most vocal and care way too much about something that's not even a problem.
Oh, here's what we'll address this and it's easy enough, right? I could very clearly recall muscle memory how I make mac and cheese. It's the same when I wipe. I slap it, it rolls off 4 to 5 pieces, one hand rip, fold, wipe. Okay. That's what I do. Okay. If it's underhand, it immediately, when I go to do the first step, it's already different. Now I'm out of the sequence and I'm probably walking out of there with a dirty butt because it threw me off.
Interesting.
I'm not
poopy
wiping
fingers.
the same. I'm all messed up.
This has just always been such a funny debate amongst people to me because I literally don't care.
It's a like a 2% inconvenience if it's the other way. It's not world ending.
So just
don't shake my hand after I use them, under.
for
do
my
you do
own
not wash your hand?
Well, I do, but still,
for my own edification, can you make a case for hanging it underhand?
yeah. If you have a cat that hits the roll,
That's so the people that make the argument about the way that it's shown in the diagram, the cat hitting it people are the exact same level of worse on the other side.
you're so funny. But I'm
So
like
both of
for
them,
it.
that's the only two arguments that people ever make. One is just like, this is how it is done in the diagram. And it's like, whatever. If you have a cat, I've never seen a cat bat at toilet paper once.
They do.
They do. Okay, so I'll just believe it then.
Once Chip is old enough, I might start considering having it the other way because I have seen plenty of pictures where kids are completely rolled up in toilet paper.
Hold on. Somebody sent a link here to the right way to hang toilet paper. This is according to Business Insider.
It's gonna be.
It's overhand.
The patent.
What? No, it's
He's
just a
gonna
picture of an
lose it.
overhand roll.
He's gonna.
Oh, no, there is the patent thing. Yep, there it is.
I knew it was the patent.
So, anyway, the thing is, like, this is ultimately why I decided to bring this up. Because, like, I knew that it was going to be overhand. Everyone argues that whatever stance they decided was the right stance. It doesn't matter to me. But the fact that people get so passionate about something that does not matter.
Chris, you're the guy who just to not like be in societal norms, just to be funny, you're going to stab the roll sideways, not through the roll holder.
No, what you do is you just turn the roll holder like this. Because then it's like, do you want it clockwise or counterclockwise now?
And see, then guess what? And in that configuration, it truly doesn't matter. No one argues about which way. 'Cause a lot of people have vertical paper towel holders.
Yep.
No one argues about which way it goes.
So, well, I mean, in public bathrooms, they are mounted against the wall.
Yeah, but that's a different style of paper towel. That's not your bounty.
Paper towel.
Quicker picker upper. Bounty is
Toilet
drastically.
paper?
Oh, we're talking. There's still well, I guess there are some freestanding toilet paper stands, but the vast majority of toilet paper holders of any variety I've ever seen have been wall mounted.
No. In public bathrooms, like the double rolls, like the big double rolls that are mounted like on the wall,
And you have
so
to slide
that it
the
comes
door.
this way or this way, not this way or this way.
Oh, so it's sideways. I see.
Yeah.
So okay, so if you had a sideways toilet paper dispenser, then do you care if it's over or underhand? Then
Not really, because it sucks either way.
It really does.
'Cause
And
you
then
pull
when
it,
it
and then
gets
it doesn't-
lost and you're like
and it doesn't
rolling
hit
it
the-
and rolling
it-
it and rolling, you can't find the freaking end. You're like,
It doesn't hit the teeth, and then it just doesn't rip, and then you pull out way too much, and that's always the lowest quality toilet paper humanly possible.
it truly is. Like you need to use the whole
Yeah,
roll to
I've
make
got
sure
a-
you're not like getting crap on your hand.
Yeah, I've got a double, like, so I fold it. That I have to
Jeremy's
pull.
like fold.
Yep.
Fold.
See,
All right.
Again, like there's another interesting thing that like you never think about, but I don't even know how to bring this up in a tactful way. So I'll just like, so you guys are talking about folding into like single use like device essentially, right?
Square.
So
There's a
I've always
bunchers.
done a long rectangle, then you fold your way down for successive uses. So it's like,
No, it makes
let's
sense.
say it's your 5 squares, right?
Yep.
You double the first 2.
Yep.
And then you can continue like almost like a trifold wallet, but more folds.
Yeah.
And then, so like that way you're not going back multiple times.
What if the
you
toilet
need
paper
additional.
rips?
That's fine. That's where you wash your hands.
No, you just get good toilet paper.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with it.
But I know, so there's people who fold, there's people who just bunch.
Those people are monsters. That's
bunch it
the
up.
least efficient way to ever use a paper product.
Are you a buncher? That explains a lot right there.
Toilet paper is expensive.
We go through a metric. I'll put a roll on, and a
Who
roll will
poops
last.
more in this house?
But a roll will still last me a week. I feel like you use half a roll when you go.
I do not. I poop like 1/10 of what Jeremy does. Jeremy's in the bathroom like 20 times a day. I gotta poop.
But he's efficient about it, apparently.
I've even talked to my doctor about this, and he said, I'd rather have you poop like a goose than not poop enough. So,
Jeremy poops more than a goose. He puts geese to shame with how much he poops.
hey, at least I'm not out on people on lakefront properties' lawns
So-
greasing up their yard.
Maybe
There's
you are,
a
though.
reel out there, which I think is freaking hilarious. Jeremy had told me about it, and I ended up seeing it.
You did see it?
Yeah. So there's a rice pot, right? Okay. This girl, and it's, this girl's like, the amount of, good looks God gave my husband, and she pours in a cup of rice. The amount of intelligence God gave my husband, another cup of rice. My husband's ability to put dishes in the dishwasher, a teaspoon. And then the amount of time it takes my husband to poop, an entire bag of rice.
Come on.
You're a long. I can't I just would get bored if it took me like several minutes to poop.
Jeremy has his poopertainment in his phone.
No, it's not poopertainment. It just,
So you bring your phone into the bathroom?
oh, sure, yeah. You know how many times you
Who
and I have
doesn't?
talked on the phone when we go to the bathroom, Chris?
Plenty, I'm sure.
A lot.
The point is, unless I'm already on the phone and I happen to go into the bathroom, my phone sits at my desk.
Yeah.
So actually, I guess this is another interesting thing. So when you're at work, is your phone always in your pocket?
Yeah.
Yep.
When I'm at work, literally, I've left work without my phone before because when I get to a place, I did it here. My phone was literally just sitting down on the desk. I get where I'm going to sit. I take my phone out. I set it down. It's detached from me. It's just interesting how, and this isn't a good or bad thing. It's just a difference thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there are people that their phone is always on them no matter what. And there are people that I'm sure the minority where it's their phone is adjacent to them, but is also left behind very frequently because I lose my phone all over the place.
I'm very particular about, I mean, I always have been, but even more so, I'm more particular about having my phone on me, especially with Chip.
Because he calls you all the time.
Well, if something happens at home, and I've told my mom, call the office if something happens. But I have my phone just in case, I get a text from mom hey,
Yeah, Chip's doing this.
Fair enough. And and I feel for the most part, the adjacency for me covers the same thing. But I can't I'll go to a meeting. I won't have my phone with me. Everyone's oh, if you pull out your phones, and it's why do we need phones at meetings or whatever? And then I'll be done with that, and then I'll have to go on a shoot, and I'll forget to bring my phone with me because it's just sitting at my desk. Then I'll get back, and I'll be doing stuff, and I'll forget about it. And then I'll drive home. And then it's like, I got to go back and get my stupid phone.
So you and I have been talking, and I told you I've been watching Seinfeld because they just added it to Netflix.
Yep.
And it's really stands out how much not having cell phones has impacted that. Like it's very clear. They were meeting up with Elaine's dad, and she was late. She had to like leave a note at the restaurant, like call up, and then they delivered a note saying that she was going to be late. Just mind blowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then,
well, think of how many plots of movies hinge around like having to get to a pay phone.
right.
Yeah.
And just countless examples. Something will happen, right, with Kramer. Just hundreds of thousands of scenarios, and it's just he doesn't have a phone, or people don't know where he is because he's in these crazy little predicaments or whatever. And it's just that is a really good view of what humans were like before cell phones were introduced. So it's a good, because it's a show about nothing, right?
Yeah.
Do
I
you
have a question for you.
Yeah.
So you grew up in the era where we went from cell phones weren't a thing.
Yep.
Really, like they have existed since technically the late 70s, but the proliferation of cell phones went from basically nobody had them to like some people had them to now they're ubiquitous, right?
Yep.
You lived through that transition. So you experienced society ostensibly pre-cell phone, during emergence, and now post-cell phone.
Yep.
So when you watch media that's pre-cell phone, you don't think anything of it, right?
Well, I mean,
you don't watch episodes of Seinfeld and be like, man, if they had a cell phone, this would have never happened.
no, I do think that though.
Interesting.
A little bit. It like not.
But it's not, so I guess ultimately the point where I'm getting to is, do you think that people like Chip, who will have lived in the, I guess this is a weird way to say it, but like the most modern of times, like a society that the cell phone is so ubiquitous that nobody even thinks that it's important to mention that they exist. Do you think if he, let's say at 14 years old, watches his first episode of Seinfeld where a phone is an important thing and is like, why don't they have cell phones? Do you think that's...
He'll notice it before I do. I can appreciate the show without thinking about cell phones and being a thing, because it's nicely paced out, but it's like really funny because there's an episode where Costanza hits on this woman and she invites him up for coffee and he doesn't drink coffee, so she turns her down. So then he calls her back to apologize the next day. She doesn't answer. So he calls back each day for a week, and on the 5th day, he's like, fine, ignore me, don't call me back or whatever, right? He leaves this big message on her answering machine. She calls him from out of town saying, I'm not home. They go and actually switch the tape
I remember this episode on the answering machine.
out of the answering machine. That episode was glaringly obvious. Like, wow. It didn't even hit me that answering machines used to be a luxury. Mm-hmm. So think about the programming that went into an answering machine, right? Otherwise, phones would just ring until the person decided that they weren't home and were going to hang up.
Yep.
So the answering machine counts the number of rings and then starts a magnetic, like we're going to record, like hit and play and record at the same time here, starts the recording mechanism to record your message. And it didn't do that. And then there's the beep, and then it started after the beep and then hangs up and stops the recording. And it was like a cassette tape, and it was really cute because they were like talking about movie plots where they switched them out and they're going to go switch them out. And Costanza makes Jerry do it. And he's like, are you ready? And he goes, regular and mini, and he's got the mini cassette and the regular cassette because they didn't know,
Yep.
That's fun.
It was a good episode. And then the whole time she had her neighbor like forward her, like play the messages and hold
Oh my gosh.
like pick up the phone, play it, and then so she could hear her messages. So she had heard him the whole time. She's like, you're so funny. And she wasn't even mad. It was hilarious. It's a good show. So, but yes, there's been a couple times where I have thought this wouldn't be a plot if they
Yeah.
had cell phones.
But so, speaking of answering machines, how many rings before you get sent to voicemail?
5?
I was gonna say, I think it's 5, isn't it?
Interesting.
Cam says 4.
It's 4.
What? How would you even know that? I just
Well,
guessed.
so here's the thing. When you had, and I don't know if anybody else remembers this, like you had to pick the number of rings for your answering machine.
Yeah, it was like 3, 5, or 7, or was it 2, 4, or 6?
I think the minimum was 3, and I think I'm sure it depended on the brand and everything, but I think the most you could do was like 10. So, and we grew up in the landline era. If you called somebody's house and they didn't have an answering machine, how many times would you let it ring before you just hung up?
An unfathomable amount, actually.
Really?
I'm talking at least 10. I would just sit there.
10 to 15 was my range.
Yeah, I would
If it was
let it-
important, 15. If it wasn't important, 10.
Yeah.
See, okay, my like introverted kind of anxiety stuff, it's like if I let it ring too long, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, they don't want to talk to me. I'm
You're so needy,
inconveniencing
Kara.
them.
You got to get a hold of them.
I'm going to be pretentious because it's funny. When I call people, they want to answer the phone.
This
So I
is
let it
Jeremy
ring.
calling.
The only reason they didn't answer is because they weren't there. And that's why I let it ring long enough, because it takes time to get to it. With cell phones,
And that's the thing. So with 4 rings, that's half as many as the limit we sort of self-impose on ourselves out of nowhere, right?
Right.
So you're literally like the immediacy of this, outside of the fact that this phone is usually in your possession or around your possession.
yep.
You're dramatically, I can't tell you how many times, because I don't carry my phone with me, I've been like in the laundry room or away from it, and it rings and you get back and it's like, oh, and then you have to immediately call back. So it's like, if they put in that one extra ring or let you choose, I want this to go 6 rings before voicemail.
It'd
Give
be
yourself
nice
more
to
time.
choose. When you miss a call and you immediately call back and they don't answer is really annoying.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
it's like,
it's
dude,
really
I know
annoying.
you
It's-
have your phone.
Well, and it's not even that. It's just like you just called. And so what my dad will do is he's a very much of a phony. And so he'll like a phone connoisseur. He'll call, and if you don't answer, then he'll just move on to his next order of business. So then he will call someone else.
Yep.
So he'll be like, "You're missed the
He's
boat."
always on the phone.
So he'll go, and then call.
He's got important business to conduct.
But you brought up answering machines. The amount of time I would let it ring probably did change once caller ID became available. And I remember when that was like, if your friends had caller ID, they were wealthy. Like, and then it became more like, it was like $4 to add on, and they shipped you the caller ID for free. And when we got caller ID and we could actually see who was calling, it was unbelievable. It was life changing. And so I would let it ring less if it was caller ID, because then they knew I called for them.
Yep.
So
Yeah, because I definitely remember that transition again from being like, if you were rich to have caller ID to eventually it's like phones just had it built in, it was free.
Yep. Yeah, and then it got to the point where you didn't even need to activate it. If you had a cordless, it just.
Yep.
And boy, cordless phones,
Oh yeah.
those were a thing. And then now they're not a thing, because even at my work, we have landlines, right?
Yep.
Very simple.
Well, VoIP, I bet.
Custom line, they are all voice over IP. They're all that, everything, right? We have caller ID, programmable lines, hold conference, you name it, right? But it's a landline. We at one point we had old rotary phones at work. Since I've worked at my job, we've had old rotary phones. Then we went to cordless, was like, oh yes, and then we could have it anywhere. And then it has fully transitioned. All the VoIP phones, they're all landlines, not a single cordless in sight.
At my work, it's all in a headset. It's all contained within a headset. And then like they type the number into the computer to call.
No
Yep.
way.
The only corded phones we have at work are ones to call within the office.
Huh.
It's the only corded phone we have.
Yeah.
But otherwise, all of the office staff, it's like I said, it's all contained in the headset. Type it up on the computer and call from there.
I have 2 things. So when I used to deliver parts for a local parts store, a lot of the garages, like it's usually like a girlfriend or a wife or something, would be like the receptionist, quote unquote. And that's all they had to, like they were at a computer and they had like the headset thing just straight through the computer, and they just use some sort of computer based voice over IP to make their calls and everything. But the second thing, so we have a very similar setup to what Jeremy is saying. The cool thing about voice over IP is if you have your internal structure set up, like it's like a 3 or 4 or 5 digit number to call literally anybody else in the company.
Yep.
Like I know the extension to the president of the company that owns us, and I could just dial him up, just go, "Boo-doo-doo-doot. Hey, what's going on?" And he's going to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your call. I'm out on a yacht catching marlin in the South Pacific or something." That's not where marlin live now that I think about it, probably. But anyway.
Well, the good, expensive Marlins live out there.
The bougie Marlins.
Yeah, the bougie. That we're
Yeah.
throwing a lot around lately.
This is very interesting. Twitch notified that we have a first time chat from Captain Mr. Rainer 89. I think that's how it's. Anyway,
Hello, Captain.
Mr. Rayner, 89. Nothing like having to tell a whole generation that, yes, we used pager.
My dad, for years, was the only way to get a hold of him. He had a pager.
Well, I was watching Scrubs for a while there, and they were contacted all the time through pagers and
Doctors
Scrubs.
and pagers are like
It's still a
synonymous.
thing.
Yeah.
What was it? You could leave a short voice message from my dad's pager, and it would put in the words. So you'd
It had like text to speech or speech to
yeah,
text.
and
I
it was
guess
kind of like
would be.
it's a baby, it had a baby, it's a boy thing.
Oh yeah,
For real, it would be like, big trouble, call now or something, or just call now, or call later if it wasn't a big deal. I remember saying, or it was pre-programmed. So it was like press 1 when you call the pager, and then you press 1, and it would be like,
Ryan saying pre-programmed.
yeah, it was pre-programmed, I think is what it was now.
Here's something
actually.
that's kind of interesting too. Okay, so I have a two-part thing. One is a rant. There's nobody how do I say this without sounding like a jerk? There's nobody that has access to cell phones that doesn't know how to leave a voicemail at this point.
Right.
So the fact that you have to sit through, you're going to leave a 10-second voicemail with like, hey, I just wanted to talk about this real quick, but call me back, bye, whatever, right?
Yep.
Even the call me back is redundant, but however people leave messages. You have to sit through, it's like, you have reached, and then if people haven't set up their freaking thing, they read out the 10-digit phone number.
You have reached.
Yeah, and then it's like, to leave a message, please wait until after the tone.
Yeah.
When you're finished, press pound for more options or hang up or whatever, right? They give the whole spiel, right? There are some, so that tailing off that rant, we just don't need that part, right? There are some voicemail services that give you an option to send a text message. So it'll be read the whole spiel. It's like, to send a message, press blah, 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 and then enter your message at the tone or whatever. So you can go from trying to call them to leave a voicemail to send them a text all inside of the same operation. It's like, why is that even a thing? Why would you, if I have their phone number, I could text them without you as an intermediary.
I have stopped leaving voicemails for the most part because most people don't listen to their voicemails.
Yeah.
They see that you called, and they're like, hey,
exactly.
you called.
And I'll be like, hey, did you listen to my message? Oh, no, I figured I'd just call you back.
Yeah. Oh, that was okay. So again, two-part thing. I have a client that does the exact. They'll leave me a 45-second long voicemail that I listen to, and then I call back, and then immediately there's like, hey, and then just say the voicemail back to me already. So it's like I don't even bother checking it. But
well, the nice thing with phones is like now it will transcript it for you, so
if you have a nice enough phone.
It.
I had a phone very recently until Jeremy helped me with that situation that did not do that.
It's really nice though.
I used to have to call my voicemail number. I wouldn't even see that I had a notification. I just had to check my voicemails every couple of days by calling the number because it didn't even display.
Really?
Visual voicemail was a game changer.
But we got some relevant chat here. Got to expand this down a little bit. So, people do know how to leave a voicemail. It's up to the adult being called to clear their voicemail.
I can't. In the dental office, we've called a number of patients, and their voicemails have been full.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's hilarious? Have you ever encountered somebody with a full email inbox before?
No, I'm surprised I'm not there. I never clear my emails.
Again, I have another client that I work with that will call me to tell me to resend an email because it's rejecting because their email inbox is full.
What?
So we'll get a phone call and sometimes a voicemail, different client. I'll get a voicemail saying, can you resend an email? My box is full and I have to clear out some messages.
Do they have like a custom website URL?
Nope.
It's a major
at Comcast.com.
I don't know about Comcast, but the old email at the airbase, we had a 500 megabyte limit for our mailboxes. So I had to keep my mailbox empty. It literally would get
cell
full.
phones back in the day, you had 5 text messages before you had to delete them?
Oh, that used to be a nightmare clearing out your texts so you could open new ones.
Well, it drove me nuts. It was always my Razr was the first phone that it's like Nokia never seemed to fill up. My old Nokia.
The purple brick.
But my Razr, it was 25 messages total, outgoing counted,
and ingoing.
So when you sent them, it was like you were filling up your own. If you were sending them, it was.
Do you remember that text messages didn't used to get chained into conversation? They were open. You had to open them individually.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like if you had a conversation back and forth and you had to actually close out of that message and go find the other one and open it up.
Again, when the iPhone first came out, you could not send pictures. You could not, and it was weird. It's a weird thing.
So a couple other things from chat. So Was it Captain Jam Rainer again?
We'll call him
Captain.
The captain. What's a ringback tone? I don't recall a ringback tone.
Wait, was that the music that you could play as your ringtone? Like, so remember you could choose to let people listen to a song instead of the ring. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I ever had a phone fancy enough to do that, but that does sound like a thing.
Yeah, you used to be able to like
David had a like, it wasn't a prank one, but you could upload your phone or your contact list to an app. Then the app would read you back. So you call and it would say, "Hello, Jeremy. You are trying to reach David.
Oh, funny.
Your number is this, and he will get back to you when he feels like it." And you just had these pretentious voices.
That's awesome.
funny. I always picked songs. So people, whether they, it was a song based on what I chose, be like, hey, you can listen to a song while you call me.
That's awesome. So then Captain says, so looking through your Twitch channel description, I see so much that you cover. Why no Star Trek? Pounds fist like J. Jonah Jameson.
I have watched all of the William Shatner and most of Next Gen, but Next Gen I haven't watched in probably 25 years. So
Dang, Grandma.
I know. Okay, well, if Captain's talking about pagers.
Hey, no. We're not here to attack people that are watching us.
We are not opposed to Star Trek.
No.
So if you have a question for us, we'll gladly try to answer it.
So-
but it might be extremely wrong.
So what we can give you is probably more like opinion-based responses as opposed to like encyclopedic reference.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So because again, I've seen all of the original series. I've seen all of TNG. I've seen most
tell
of
you what.
Voyager. I've seen most of Deep Space Nine.
that scene where Kirk drives a Corvette off the edge, boy, is that lit.
Oh, gosh.
And then he goes
That's
on
a
to
good
say,
Star Trek. Back off. He wins the Kobayashi Maru by cheating.
Kobayashi Maru.
Oh, look at you nerds. Correcting me over that.
Kobayashi Daru.
He also says, you want to know a fact to make you feel old? The Motorola Razr is now in a museum.
Is
Literally.
it really?
Yep.
I always wanted one, but I wasn't fancy enough to get one.
I remember Gwen had one and I was super jealous. I was
Yeah.
like, how do you get one of these sweet phones and I have this garbage whatever?
It's been beat to death, but it is extremely satisfying when you hang up on someone and just with
It's
the
like
slap.
snap.
Well,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
you've seen those foldable touchscreen phones now, right? So
Yeah,
they're
but the
kinda bringing that
screens
back.
wear out, I think.
Yeah,
They don't
I
hold
saw
up.
a reel where somebody was showing theirs, and it was like the screen was almost peeling up at the fold point.
Yeah, the technology's not quite there yet, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
that
no,
like,
it's cool.
they're doing it.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it's 8:30 already.
yeah, I know. I was gonna say I saw my
Oh,
I'm
child
going
drive
because
past.
you hopped on at the end of we usually do an hour and a half every Saturday from 7 to 8:30. So before we cut, I'm letting you spew your. I like it. I can see
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say I see a lot of chat. That's awesome.
Anything else you want to read off, Chris?
Captain says there's nothing made me feel cooler than to be able to do T9 without even looking, like that when you press
Yes,
ABCD,
you're
whatever.
like you want one letter. Just
Yep.
you just do it so fast. Heck yeah, felt so good.
Definitely a skill set that I have lost.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do it now if I wanted to. Like, but yeah, you could do it while driving without even looking. Like you knew exactly what you were doing.
Well driving, Kara. Well driving.
I wish you could punch in more.
I wish I had ultra super zoom.
But does
I
it
don't.
count?
Now I use Siri.
But does it count if you didn't have to look, right? If you just
Well, so that law is recent. The hands free.
It is
thing.
recent, so not when you're using T9.
So here's actually Ryan has brought this up before. It's like, wouldn't it be better if like I see people every day texting and driving, right? But they do this thing. So I'm gonna have to demonstrate to Jeremy so he can re-demonstrate to people. Driving like this.
Yep.
So the phone is down off to the side and they're looking away from the road, right? So Ryan has had this conversation with me in the past. Why not just do it like this? So phone's in hand and
Right.
hands are on steering wheel, basically, right?
I have Siri. I'll have her be like, hey, text so-and-so. And then I tell her what I want her to text. And then she reads it back to me. And then it says, would you like to send? Yep, do it. And then she will read she will read texts back to you that you have received.
Interesting. Ryan has something to add to this.
I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, well,
Because law,
Yeah, because like I think the argument he's making is like you have better vision of the road if you can hold it up and not get busted for driving while texting.
People used to drive like this, because they weren't afraid to get pulled over. But now people are afraid to pull over and they're looking down on them.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes way more sense. So what Ryan's was saying is people used to even do that. They'd set their hand on the dash, text while driving, or text with it sitting on the steering wheel, because now there's a new law. Now it's forcing everyone to look down.
Yep.
And it's making what distracted accidents are there worse, because now
exactly.
you're really distracted.
Yeah.
All right. So we got one more thing from chat, and then I think we're going to wrap it up for today. So the
Perfect.
captain wants to know, who wins in a straight one-on-one? Imperial Destroyer or the Enterprise?
Fine, I will relent the Enterprise, okay, because there's like probably smarter than an Imperial officer. We've all seen Hux.
No. Okay. Thrawn v. Spock.
Oh,
Hold on, we're adding an extra. Just Star
No.
Destroyer, Enterprise.
No.
Who wins?
Okay, let's just say this, right? The Empire's fleet was massive. The odds of Thrawn's Star Destroyer coming in contact with the Star Trek one is next to nothing.
Well, they're different universes, Jeremy.
It's not gonna be Tarkin. It's not gonna be whoever. It's gonna be some unnamed power-hungry moron that's piloting the Star Destroyer.
Let's call him Jeremy.
The Enterprise will win. What I'm getting at is because the leadership. I'm not going to go into the proton torpedo.
Yeah. Well, so the argument that I've always heard made for it is that there is just vastly superior firepower on the Enterprise.
Yes.
But
like they've gone more into the science of it, and Star Wars is just pew pew.
But even setting that aside, like if you've seen like the ship-to-ship combat in Star Trek, like they have lock-on. There's just the lock-on technology alone.
Yeah.
The fact that you don't need like battery operators trying to aim, it just goes lock on, shoot until you're dead, essentially.
Yeah.
That by itself, even if they were the same power level, I would give it to the Enterprise. But that said, you're in your scenario, you're taking like ostensibly the hero ship of this entire universe against some random schlub from some other universe, right? So if they don't win, that says something about your universe. If it was Death Star v Enterprise, that could be a little more interesting.
Or as
scenario.
Kara say, Chimera, or Grand Moff Tarkin, or an actual. I put it up to the leadership.
But he says, "Fine, say it like you mean it." Anyway, so cool. We got to talk a little Star Trek at the end. This is fun. Well, thank you guys for joining us on Twitch. Like Jeremy said, Saturday nights, 7 p.m. Central, we go live from 7 to roughly 8:30, depending on how much we're talking about stuff. For those of you listening to the audio-only podcast, available wherever podcasts are found, or watching the VOD on YouTube, feel free to check us out live on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to give us a like. It shows that you're supporting our channel and want to see more content like this. Comment down below who you think wins between, I'm sure this has never been done before, a Star Destroyer or the Enterprise. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course,
May the Force be with you.